So I had a viewer comment. I casually mentioned I worked on measurement of LEDs, and he was curious, how do you measure an LED that's just a pinpoint of light? He didn't understand how you could do that from some distance. I did a video once, I'll try to put a link down below. I did a video once on integrating spheres, and that's an instrument where it captured 100% of the light. You kind of stick the LED inside of a ball, and it captures all the light that's inside the ball. But if you're going to be trying to measure the brightness of an LED from some distance, well, this camera does that. This camera sort of measures the intensity of the light at some distance. So let's kind of go on that theme there. This is how it's done. You have a lens, and it's going to capture light, and it's going to put it onto a photodiode, okay? And so the light is going to be captured at some solid angle, right? And if you think about the amount of light this thing is going to capture, you say, well, wait a minute, if you have an LED, if you just have an LED dye just kind of sitting there, it's going to radiate a light intensity in all directions. It'll be brighter in the forward direction, but it'll still spit out light in all directions. And this is what's known as a cosine emitter, because the light intensity is a function of the cosine of the angle at which you measure it. So that's a cosine emitter. A lot of times LEDs are put inside a plastic piece of plastic, and the light actually gets focused a bit at that interface there. The little curvy end of the LED acts as a lens, and so it takes some of the light and spits it forward. So instead of the profile looking like cosine, the profile will look more like an obloid type of thing. There'll be more light going in the forward direction and very little going in the side directions. Okay, so LEDs are measured in candelas and lumens. So all these strange words, candelas and lumens and stuff. And you'll say, oh, the LED is so many lumens, the LED is so many candelas. So it can be very, very confusing. But let's first talk about, what are you measuring in this system? Well, you're measuring the photodiode's current, okay? And the LED then shines onto that. What are you actually measuring? You're actually measuring watts, okay? You're measuring watts. Well, the human eye, us people, when we look at things, we don't see the world in watts, okay? We see the world in lumens. And what does that mean? Well, let's look at this graph here, okay? This is a graph of how humans see brightness, okay? We see green light much easier than we see red light. So if an object is, say, 1 watt, if it's 1 watt in yellow-green, it'll be that bright to us. But if it's orange, it'll only be that bright. And if it's red, it will only be that bright. It's still 1 watt of power, but we perceive it with this curve, okay? So the peak is at 555 nanometers, but an LED might be 650 nanometers, and so it's way down here. So 1 watt of red is very dim compared to 1 watt of yellow-green. And what do they paint fire trucks and stuff? Yellow-green, because you're very susceptible to this color. It's much brighter than other colors. And a blue LED is going to be down here, 450, 470. So also it's going to be about the same intensity as these reds. So we have to measure LEDs with this curve, okay? So we take our thing here and we put a filter in front of it, okay? So we put a photopic filter. This is the photopic response. This is your rods and cones combined. If it goes to nighttime, you lose color vision. You start seeing things scotopically. Your peak intensity will drop down towards the blue. And that's because only your rods are working. Your cones stop working when things get dark. And so you move over to scotopic vision. But photopic vision is normal, okay? And this is also a reason why astronomers might use a red flashlight, or the cockpit of an airplane might be red. And that's because you want to keep your night vision. Your night vision will move over here, and red won't interfere with it because it's a very, very tiny little curve here down in the red. Okay, so we're going to put a photopic filter. Photopic filter. And so now, instead of measuring watts, we're going to measuring lumens. All right. So we're measuring lumens instead of watts, but we're also only gathering it over a certain angle, okay? A certain solid angle, or what's called a steradian. So we're only capturing certain amounts of steradians. So what we're actually measuring here is lumens for a particular steradian. So they invented a new thing called a candela, okay? And the candela is the thing before the steradians. So it's very, very confusing, and I don't want to talk about this because it will just get everybody confused. But basically, one lumen is 1 candela per steradian, okay? A candela steradian is 1 lumen. 1 lumen, okay? Candela steradian. And so you can go look this up, and your head will spin with all the stupid units of intensity, and there's luminance and illuminance and luminous efficiency, and there's all kinds. It'll drive you completely insane, as it did me for many years. But anyway, you just get to know that you're collecting a certain amount of light per steradian, okay? And if you know that you have a cosine emitter, you can then back out the mathematics. You're only capturing this much of the light, but you know that it's this shape, so you can mathematically back out lumens by knowing the steradian, okay? And that's just kind of the way it works. So anyway, you can measure anything as long as the light from this cone falls onto your photodetector, you're good to go. And then you can measure the intensity of anything. You can also, instead of a single little thing here, you can also measure a patch. Let's say you have a LED that's a big patch, okay? Well, it has a certain amount of square meters, okay? So you can measure the lumens per square meter. That is a what's called luminous flux. This is all ridiculous stuff. But anyway, you can have candela steradians per meter squared, which are the SSI units, believe it or not. Or you can have lumens. Yeah, you can have all sorts of crazy things. So if you're measuring the intensity of a television, your photodiode gets imaged to a certain size, okay? So if you had a 1 square centimeter photodiode, it will end up being some number of square meters out here in space. And so you will measure the power inside that area defined by the magnification of the lens, and you will capture that over a certain angle defined by the f number or numerical aperture of the lens. And so you will be able to measure candelas and steradians in meters squared, and then you can get all the numbers if you know this thing, okay? How do you know that thing? Well, you put it on something called a goniometer. A goniometer is basically one of these where you take the LED, okay, and you mount it on a motor, and that motor then pivots the LED through space, and so you can measure the LED pointing in all different directions, and so you sweep the LED in X and Y, and you generate these graphs, and then you know blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, so if you read a LED data sheet, it might say it's so many candelas, but you have to know that has to do with steradians, and if, yeah, it's a big mess. It's a big, big mess. Okay, and then if you want to measure the color of the thing, then you need to put a color filter in front of here too. And the ones that I worked on back in the past looked like this. They looked like this. There was a lens here and a LED, and it focused here. And then there was a beam splitter cube, and part of the light got focused over here, and part of the light got focused up here, and there was one photodiode there, and there was one photodiode there. And this one had an X bar response curve, and this one had a Y bar response curve, and the CIE 1931 tristimulus values. Yeah. Yeah, it gets really, really complicated. This wouldn't work with blue LEDs, but red and green LEDs at the time didn't have any Z bar content, so you could do just X and Y. And yeah, so I worked on these things and don't want to do it again.